Question: when a rookie finally plays his best game, does the team celebrate the performance or the draft pick it just protected? Shedeur Sanders walked off Huntington Bank Stadium with numbers that would make any coach blink: 364 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes, and a rushing score. A bona fide breakout on paper. Trouble is, football isn't a highlight reel on loop. It's a ledger of tiny decisions that add up. The Browns lost 31-29. Tennessee snapped a 7-game skid, and one third-quarter mistake plus 2 failed 2-point attempts turned what should have been a career-defining afternoon into the kind of what-if week that keeps coaches awake. ESPN.com, here's the short version. Sanders looked like a different player in pockets and decision-making than we'd seen in his first 2 starts. He threaded a few gorgeous downfield throws. The 60-yard strike to Jerry Jeudy was one of the purest throws you'll see from a rookie this year, and he finished with the kind of yardage total that forces a front office to consider new timelines. But he also threw a back-breaking interception after drifting out of the pocket in the third quarter, a turnover that led directly to Tennessee retaking the lead. That swing, the micro moment where the scoreboard flips, is where young quarterbacks learn the true cost of gambles. ESPN.com, let's slow it down. The emotional arc of the game feels like a short film. First, the Browns fall behind early. Ugly special teams and a 65-yard Tony Pollard touchdown run put them on the ropes. Then, for about 40 electric minutes, Sanders orchestrates an offensive revival. He finds rhythm, hits deep shots, and the stadium starts to believe. The fourth quarter, pure rookie poise. He engineers 2 late touchdown drives, including his own 7-yard scramble that felt like a script moment. You could almost hear the "this is the beginning" narratives forming in the press box. And then the 2-point tries. First one fails, so they go for it again. This time, Sanders is watching from the sideline while a gadget direct snap to Quinshon Judkins collapses into a fumble. That decision, sitting your hot young QB for a trick play on the tying conversion, is what will spark debates in Cleveland for days. ClevelandBrowns.com. Now, the accountability. Kevin Stefanski owned it. He admitted the call was his and that it did not go as we thought it would. That's as candid as you'll get in professional coaching speak, and it matters. Coaches get paid to make the hard calls. They also get paid when the calls work. When they don't, the magnitude is multiplied if the player you sidelined is the one who single-handedly brought you back within striking distance. Stefanski's explanation and his willingness to accept blame won't erase the image of Shedeur on the bench with his hands on his knees. It also puts the franchise at a crossroads over development versus draft positioning. ESPN.com, and I lied. So what did Sanders actually learn in 3 starts? 4 things, fast. 1, timing beats heroics. The interception came when he tried to buy extra time and throw into a crowded middle. NFL defenses punish hesitation, and rookies learn that pocket discipline is a skill more than a talent. 2, ball security is contagious. The Browns' late miscues were team-wide. Blocked punts, odd snaps, and the failed conversions all fed one another. When the little things go wrong, it's rarely just the QB's fault. 3, trust is built in the weeks between games, not the minutes before a conversion. Sanders said post-game that trust with teammates takes time. That's not a dodge, it's a reality. Chemistry with receivers, cadence with the line, and practice reps matter more than the highlight plays. 4, you can be brilliant and still lose. Football is a team sport written in micro errors: a bad snap, a tipped pass, a penalty at the wrong time. Sanders' day proved he can move a team, but it also showed he needs the Browns to stop making costly plays around him. That last point is crucial for Cleveland's decision makers. Sanders' talent is obvious: the arm, the pocket moments, the scrambling ability, but talent without structure is a danger. The Browns could double down on developing him through the rest of the season, or decide the safer route in April is to chase another quarterback. From where we sit today, Sanders' tape argues for patience and targeted roster fixes, better offensive line play, cleaner special teams, and repeated, coordinated reps with his top targets. ClevelandBrowns.com. Let's also be honest about the optics. Cleveland's draft calculus changes with every loss and win. A narrow, controversial defeat that preserves draft position will always draw conspiracy whispers. Did the Browns prioritize picks? And social media will have a field day. But true rebuilds need both. development time for a prospective franchise QB, and roster pieces that surround and protect him. The question management must ask is simple. Do we want to rush a rookie into a noisy losing culture, or do we want to give him a runway and accept the roster and coaching overhauls that runway requires? If you're thinking long-term for Sanders, there's reason for cautious optimism. His fourth quarter composure, his ability to stretch the field, and his willingness to take hits and keep playing are professional signs. But the third quarter interception is the kind of play that becomes a teaching clip in the film room for months. He'll study it, he'll correct it, and that's the arc of most young quarterbacks who stick. The more pressing fix is organizational. Clean up the details around him so his growth isn't undone by the team's self-inflicted wounds. What does this mean for the next 4 games? For Sanders, more reps, more coaching attention on pocket movement and progressions, and weighty decisions from Stefanski about play calling in clutch spots. For Browns fans, temper the emotional swing. Celebrate flashes, but demand fixes, not just slogans. For the front office, decide whether the future starts now with Sanders or whether they need to add around him aggressively in the offseason. Final thought, and the one line you'll stick in your head, the NFL doesn't hand out moral victories, but it does hand out lessons. Shedeur Sanders' best day to date was also his crash course in accountability. Talent got him the headlines. Tiny decisions taught him the lesson. If the Browns want a quarterback who learns faster than he folds, this is the moment that tells us whether he will. Leave a one-sentence take in the comments. Would you have kept Shedeur on the field for the 2-point try? Say why, and I'll read a few next time.